are new to me, maybe somebody shared a post with you, you've just followed me, and you got this link that says she has this free training. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself to you. My name is Allison Wellington. I have 13 years experience as a counselor. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling, and I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I've been married for 5.5 years to my amazing husband, Andrew. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my love story later on. And I have two little girls. This photo was taken last year. This little peanut was like 3 weeks old in this photo. Now she's a whole year old. Okay. Mom of two to two beautiful girls. So I want to first start with this testimonial from one of my clients. I don't know if you guys could tell from the Crocs here. She's a nurse, and she said, "Allie, I thank God for you. You helped me truly discover my true self and my true desires. You helped me get ready for this man who has changed my life, and I don't know how to thank you." And this is another series of people, and this is a such a small snippet of the folks that I've worked with who have gotten into healthy, committed relationships, who are getting married, some of them already married, and they're all in different places in their lives, starting as young as 26, as seasoned as 74, light skin, dark skin, plus size, no size, short, tall, black, white, Asian, Jewish. The reason why I like to start with these is because I want to impart on you that if you listen to what I tell you to do and you execute, you will win. I also start with these because some of the advice I'm going to give you, you might not want to do. And so I need to ground you in, all right, Allison said I got to go outside how many times? Allison said I got to talk to how many people? I want to ground you in, you might not want to do it, but you have to because these people did who are just like you and they won, so you can win too. I have this client here. She's a mom, a divorcee, mom of two teenage girls. Another mom here who had a 5-year-old son when she got married. Some of them don't have any children, don't want any children. The system works if you work it. So we have to get this idea of the internet who says, oh, I'm plus 35, plus 45, plus 55, or I'm dark, or I'm a black woman, so I'm aggressive. I'm educated, so nobody wants me. I'm hyper independent. Get all that foolishness out your mind. Because the happy people are the ones who are not online spewing that negativity, right? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So the people that we hear that go viral all the time that are speaking down, especially on black women, are the ones who talk the most. The people who are too happy to be online. So that's what we always hear all the time. It's not reality if you are strategic. Okay. I have divorcee clients, plus 50 male clients who want to be in healthy, happy, committed relationships. They got married 3 years ago. They just had their baby girl. You do the work, you will get the result. So why do I do the work? As I mentioned to you guys before, I was a counselor for 13 years. And I was in the schools. And what I realized is the most successful students, and that could even be students who have an IEP, who are struggling academically, but still successful, meaning there's growth, there's gains, they are fulfilled, they are happy. They are ones who have moms who are happy. Now, it does not mean that you cannot be happy by yourself. But if you have balance, if you have support, if you have someone you can rely on where you don't have to do all the work, it absolutely makes you a happier person. If you ain't got to pay all the bills by yourself, it absolutely makes you a happier person. If you have someone else who could pick the kids up, that you could drop the kids off to, it makes you a happier person. And so what I recognize is the kids who are the happiest that were walking into my office, the kids I did not see as a guidance counselor because they were good to go were the ones who had happy moms. And what I find is that when your load is easier, you tend to be happier. Again, it doesn't mean that single people ain't happy, right? But you get what I'm saying. So that was the start of my work, working with kids and then realizing the impact happy kids, happy mom tends to be happy man as well. Tends to be, not a given, not all the time. So a little bit of my story, because I told you the academics, right? I told you, my reasons, but it's also a little bit of selfishness in there. So I want to give you guys the tea if you haven't heard this already. So this is me at 26 years old. I look busted. Don't mind, right? That's not the point. I showed y'all a picture of my husband. As you can see, this, I was going to say chocolate, but I would be giving him a compliment, but whatever. This chocolate arm ain't my husband. Okay. So this is the gentleman that I was with for years before I married my husband. Okay. And literally, that's the only picture I have because I delete everything because it's over, it's over, it's over. Now, this is my 27th birthday. You guys can tell by the nude lip that this was years ago, over a decade ago, right? And do y'all see a man? No. Now, is there anything wrong going out with your girlfriends? No, but it should be coupled with, right? Like, oh, I got a night for my birthday with my girlfriends and I have a night for my birthday with my man. No, I don't even know what went wrong. I don't remember, right? The trauma has been erased from my brain. But I can tell you my 27th birthday, I had a whole boyfriend and we weren't together on my birthday, right? I can tell you at my best friend JoJo's wedding when I was 28, like how skinny I was. You, right? They ain't no man, right? Ain't no plus one. And I can tell you I've attended more than one wedding, and I'm sure y'all feel the same way, where you don't have that plus one. You either don't get the invitation because you aren't married, which, hey, people decide how they're gonna give out their plus ones, or you don't even have a person to bring. And sometimes it's depressing because it's like, why would I want to be a part of this event that's all about love and I'm here and I'm not feeling very lovey right now and I don't feel loved, right? Like sometimes you cry at a wedding and the tears ain't tears of joy. Like it reminds you and it slaps you in the face of what you want and you don't have, right? So that's me 28 at a wedding all by myself, had a boyfriend by title, all by myself. And this was my 30th birthday party. And one of my best friends threw it for me, Paris. And that's when I drew the line. My 30th birthday. I was with that guy for 4 years with no growth. It was like we were in a high school relationship. We had no savings account, no house, no engagement, no wedding, no baby, no nothing. And I'm like, in this 4 years. Where is the growth? And I said, no, my 30th birthday, I said, I'm no longer wasting blood, sweat, tears, eggs, time, effort, energy, money on somebody who cannot invest in me. And I know many of you have felt that way. It might have been 2 years for you, 5 years for you, 8 years for you, 10 years for you. And sometimes we feel like I've invested so much time that I might as well just stick it out. Absolutely not. Every day that you continue to be in that relationship that has no growth, it will continue to have no growth. There's not going to be some magical shift. I'm telling you right now. So if you are in a situationship and you think that something magically is going to change, it's not. I'm going to tell you why. Men are hunters. When they see and recognize your value, they are going to want to snatch you up off the market expeditiously because they are going to be afraid that somebody else is going to do it first. So if it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and y'all can't put a name on this thing and y'all are not growing and moving forward, that's because he doesn't think that you have a better suitor. So why rush? He's not pressed, right? You have to choose yourself each and every day. And this person's not choosing you. Therefore, you choose yourself and you move on accordingly. All right. So please. Now, when I drew the line, I put a little asterisk next to Drew because my husband's name is Andrew, right? Little play. That I drew the line and I said, I'm not wasting not one more day. And I ended that relationship, right? And look how many photos I got for y'all. All right. The wedding plus one, right? We went to African wedding. The wedding plus one, got it. Traveling, we went to Bali, got it. The pajamas, right? The Christmas parties, got it. The things that I was looking for, I got. We had our little silly little photos in LA, or we went to Vegas, or we went to Aruba, traveling the world, having partnership. That was what I was looking for, and that's what Andrew was willing to provide immediately, right? This is when Andrew met my husband. Andrew's my husband. Andrew met my dad before we got married when we were engaged in Florida. We're going on dates, we're having fun, we're doing the things that I always wanted to do with somebody. This was his birthday or Valentine's Day. And again, how dated this is. Y'all see the filter, the Snapchat filter. This is when we got engaged. Okay. So again, when someone is serious about you, they're gonna take action. They're gonna take it immediately. So please, we have to stop wasting time hoping and praying that somebody's gonna change. We also have to take action in our own life. We can't say, oh my God, he's wasting my time because he's not moving forward with me, but you're not wasting time by not moving forward with yourself. Right? It's not a one-sided coin here. We can't say that the accountability is only one way. That's not fair. That's not reasonable. We're not going to allow them to waste our time, and we are not going to allow ourselves to waste time. And allowing ourselves to waste time many times looks like another degree. My busy professional women, that's why I work with y'all. It looks like, oh, I'm going to buy my own house, which I'm not saying don't do it, but what I'm saying is you pour so much into yourself, not only for you to level up. We're going to be honest today, but it's also to distract yourself from what you don't have. You got to balance both. We got to balance both. All right. Yes, level up. Yes, work on your credit. Yes, buy the house. Yes, get the degree. And you have to put yourself out there in an honest way and with a valiant effort so that you can get in the best relationship of your life because you deserve that, right? You deserve to buy the house with somebody or to buy multiple properties. You deserve to be able to go back to school and then there's somebody in the house who can help with the kids. So you don't have to do the kids and the degree and the house and the credit. Mom is aging, daddy is aging. Now you have all the responsibilities in the world. That's not fair. So now that we've laid the foundation, I need you to promise me something, right? If, if and only if what I'm going to teach you right now for the next 35 minutes is reasonable, makes sense, and you see that it's worked for others. Reasonable, makes sense, and you see that it's worked for others. I want you to promise that you will take action. I don't deal with people who don't take action. That's who I am. I realize there's a problem. I'm going to execute. I'm going to figure it out. I might have to get somebody to help me, but I'm going to get it done, right? So I want you to raise your hand in the chat right now that if what I'm going to teach you next is reasonable and fair, and you see it's worked for others, that means therefore it can work for you, that you are going to promise to take action. You could do it on video. You could put it in the chat. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jam, right? I need you to do that. All right, good. So, by the end of this training, you're going to be able to do what? Learn how to navigate the dating scene, both online and offline. All right? Both. Discern between who's worthy of your time and who isn't. And then lastly, learn how to make the next move. How do you make a move and what does that look like? I'm going to tell y'all now before you get worried, I am never going to tell you to flirt with anybody. There's strategy behind this that you don't have to overextend and be super uncomfortable. A little bit of discomfort, not super. Okay. So you are in the right place if number one, you are looking for a committed relationship. If you don't want that, you're not in the right place, and that's okay. You could just exit and I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you on TikTok later. Okay. If you're the person who tends to sabotage your relationship, so maybe you have had a good thing in the past and you were the one who messed it up, this is for you. If you tend to date the same toxic types, it's the same guy over and over again with a different face and a different name, I see some heads shaking, right? Then this is for you. If you are afraid to love again, Allison, I'm a divorcee. He took me to the cleaners. He broke my heart. He betrayed me. Then this is for you. But most importantly, and I know I keep saying I need to rebrand this because y'all don't like the word work. So effort. If you're ready to put in some effort, you got to do something different to get a different result. Then this is for you. Stay here. You are in the right place. So why are we doing this work and why are we doing it now? Number one, biologically, time is not on our side. And I'm not even talking to the ladies who want to have kids necessarily. If you want to have babies, you already know that. I'm not here to turn the knife. Like, I'm not here to make you feel like any worse than you already feel and any more than what the doctors already told you. You know that. So I'm not even talking necessarily to the ones who want kids. Y'all know that already. I'm talking to the people who are human beings. If you are a human being and you're not a bot and you're not AI, then that means that biology is not on your side. That means that you have to do something different so that you can change what your future is going to look like. We are all mere mortals. So as we get older, it becomes more difficult. That is the nature of the game. So biologically, time is not on your side. If you want babies, that's a given. I'm not going to harp on that. But we are mere mortals. So now is the time that you have to do something different. Also, right now, in this moment, I've been doing this work for almost 6 years, and I can tell you from October to February is going to be the hardest for you emotionally because of the holidays. That's number one. The pressure that our family puts on us. What happened to that nice boy that you had over last year for Thanksgiving, right? The PJ, the pajama pics that you're going to see in 4 weeks. And it's corny, but it's still cute, right? It's the boyfriend and the girlfriend and the dog, the engagement photos, the baby announcements. I got about 2 baby announcements yesterday on my timeline. I'm so thankful for, right? And so when you want those things and you don't see them for you, it becomes hard. So the holidays, it's cold. Maybe you in Atlanta, maybe you in Texas or Florida. It's getting colder, and I want to rub my cold feet against somebody, right? I don't want to dig out my own car. That was one of the reasons I ended that relationship of 4 years I was telling y'all about, because there was a winter that hit that I said I'm tired of digging out my own car. Like, this is not my job. This is not my calling, bro. I'm supposed to be making the hot chocolate while you dig out the car, and I could rub your little hands and I could give you some hot chocolate when you come fix my car. This is not my job. The holidays are tough. It is a reminder of what we want and we don't have. So if you are not motivated to do something right now, then what's going to happen is a cycle. Spring's going to come, summer's going to come, then we chillaxing, we're smoking hookah, we're having our frosé on our rooftop with our girlfriends, we're traveling. We forget how tough it was during this time, and then it's going to get cold again. Then another year is going to pass, and you're not going to have the love life that you envision. You have to do something different. Time is of the essence. It's right now. Why? You need somebody that you can rely on. Yeah, you do. You might have your daddy on speed dial. I love that for you. You might have a brother. You might have a male best friend, but you deserve someone who is yours, who owes you something, right? Now, daddy loves us, but he did his job. Our brother loves us, but he got his own wife and kids, right? Our best friend loves us, but he got his own girl, and she mad at you because you always call on her man, as she should. You deserve your person that's dedicated to you, who has signed up to be your person, right? You don't have to make every decision alone. It's not fair. I'm tired of you having to call the plumber and fix the car and decide what we're going to do with Junior for summer camp. Like, somebody else should be making some of these decisions. It's not fair. And you should not have to do all the work all the time. So now time is of the essence. So, how do we prepare? So, we're going to break this down into three parts. The preparation is first going to be mental. So, we're going to go through that. Because as y'all know, if you're not mentally prepared to do something, you're not going to execute. So we're going to cover the mental preparation. Then we're going to get into the concrete, hard and fast. This is what you do. This is the app. This is what you write. This is where you go. All right. So we do have to go through the mental stuff. I know y'all don't like that. My busy professional women want actionable items, but if you don't change the mindset, you're not going to get the result. Okay. So this is one of my clients. One of my first clients, actually, Jamaican, in Miami. She considered herself plus. I mean, I think she was just curvy in all the right places, but it is what it is. And she said, Allison, I'm not gonna be able to meet the right guy for me. I'm in Miami. You know, all the girls down there have the curly hair, they're Cuban, they're this, they're that, the other, they're light skinned. I don't have the body type that they like, and so I'm not gonna find anybody for me. I said, you know what? You absolutely right, sis. You're right. You're not. Why? Because you don't believe you can. So yeah. So you're not going to do any of the steps that's necessary. You're not going to put yourself out there. You're not going to level up. You're not going to work on yourself. You're not going to scroll on the apps. You're not going to go out because you don't believe it's going to happen for you anyway. I lost 40 pounds twice in 3 years, right? Baby number one, 40 pounds, lost it. And I knew I had to lose the 40 because I know I was about to gain it again because I wanted my babies back to back. Gained 40 pounds, lost it. If I believed I couldn't lose the weight, then I would never go to the gym. I would never cut back on my calories. I would have never hired my trainer, right? Shout out to DTD Fitness in Brooklyn. He's the man. I would have never done the things necessary to lose the weight. So I would be correct. I'm never going to lose this weight. Yeah, you're right, Allison, because you're not doing the work to do it. But if you do the work, you will get the result. You have to change. Nobody going to want me because I'm plus 35, plus 45. Nobody going to want me because of, stop it. It's not true. Okay. So mental shift. Step one, a clear vision as to what you want. We're gonna get to where to go. I don't know if y'all saw my story on Instagram yesterday. I came up with a list of 40 places that y'all gonna go. And y'all gonna see the slide. It's crazy, right? That does not matter. Y'all love to, and it's okay, because y'all don't know, because I know, because I'm the expert. Allison, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? What are you looking for in a man? Oh, I know. No, you don't. Repeat it to me. Well, I think, no, no, no. I need you to be super clear. I need you to be able to recite it like you can recite the Star Spangled Banner. All right. I need you to know very clearly what you're looking for out of a relationship. What are your SMART goals? Get clear on the fruit that you want your relationship to bear. My husband and I are going to establish generational wealth so our children don't have to get it out the mud like we did. That's one of my relationship goals. And that has nothing to do with me meeting Andrew Wellington, my husband. I had that goal before then. I know where I came from. Crack era Brooklyn, right? Roaches and rats. I knew him by their first name. My husband, electricity cut off, water cut off in Harlem, crack epidemic, 80s. I don't want this for my kids. So my husband and I are going to prioritize financial stability and generational wealth so our kids don't have to get it out the mud. That has nothing to do with the man right now, right? Well, of course, I shouldn't say that. That the man has an impact on the goal, but I'm not talking about, oh, he gotta make 100,000, he gotta be tall, dark, and handsome. I didn't say that. What is the fruit that the relationship is going to bear? So whoever that man is in the picture, this is the life that we're leading. This is what we're building. All right. I need you to be clear on that. I need you to write down those goals every night and wear them like I like to call goals glasses, meaning every time I meet a man, I'm seeing through those glasses and I'm asking questions to assess whether or not he wants the same life as me. You are wasting time dating good-looking men who don't want the life that you want. You want kids, he don't want kids. What are we talking about? He wants a stay-at-home woman. You love your career. What are we talking about? The money that he makes or how good looking he is or whatever other thing that you value means not if you don't live the life and don't want to live the life that he wants to live. You a city girl, you always see yourself living in Chicago, living in LA, living in Miami. He wants to grow corn in Kansas. If y'all don't are not living a similar life or desire it, it's never going to work. Get clear on that. Number two, now it's the man. What I like to call the non negotiables. I teach my clients to come up with a list of 6 non negotiables. The non negotiables are behaviors and traits a potential partner must seemingly have in order for you to date them. They're personality traits, right? Based on your morals, your values, the men that you dated in the past and the things you liked about them, the men that you dated in the past and the things you did not like about them. Please do not include a specific salary, right? Finances and a specific salary are not the same thing, right? So somebody who is a cardiologist who makes $350,000 but owns 2 homes, has 3 Maseratis, paying child support to 3 children to 2 different women, who's paying alimony, that 350 don't go the same way. So a specific salary, like you like to hear online, is not valuable. You could talk about financial stability overall, and there are many different facets to that. And please also let's remove a height requirement, a specific one. Unless you are 5'11", you don't need a 6 foot man. I'm I'm sorry to tell you. What did I say? I said I'm gonna say some things y'all may not like, but you need to hear it in order to win. And it doesn't mean that you're not attracted to the guy that you're seeing. He's a good looking man, but he could be 5'11". You 5'5", then plus 6 inch heels that you never wear, and then y'all the same height. Your man could be 5'11", sis. He really can, and you will be so happy. Okay. Step three. Remember, this is 3 parts: mental, online, offline. So we're still in the mental, almost done. Step three, acceptance. I need you to accept the fact that you're worthy, but you're not perfect. Why do I say that? There's a spectrum. Some of the women that I work with, they don't even feel like they're worthy. Nobody's gonna want me because, and fill in the blank on whatever BS internet stuff says, right? Then I have some who think that they ish don't stink. I need you to come a little closer to the middle. You are worthy, you are desirable, you are wanted. You deserve the things that you are asking for and more. So you're worthy. Also, nobody's perfect, and there's room for growth and development in everybody, right? For those who think they ish don't stink. So we have to meet in the middle to say that my guy is worthy and he's not perfect, and that's okay. Is that reasonable? Is that fair? Okay, good. Acceptance again. Accept the fact that you have to go outside, period. Remember what I said. I'm going to say some things y'all don't like. This is like your trainer in the gym telling you, yes, you're going to have to cut down on some of the fried foods. It is the nature of the game. Yes, you're going to have to cut back on some of the cookies and cake. It's the nature of the game. You may not like it, but you know that to be a fact. So if you know that to be a fact, I need to tell you for a fact you have to go outside, right? Ideally, I want you outside and on dating apps. Outside is the cake. Dating apps is the icing and the ice cream and the sprinkles and all the other accoutrements that you can add, right? We're going to talk about both. If you're absolutely against going online, like I've worked with tons of lawyers who are like, I'm not going online, fine. That just means you need to double down on your efforts of going outside. Again, I'm using weight loss only because I know so many of us can understand it. If you refuse to diet, that means you exercising 7 days a week. You can't afford to take a day off, right? So, or if you are doing your crazy diet, maybe you could, there has to be a give and take. We can't say I'm not going outside and I'm not going on dating apps, but yes, my husband's going to find me. And this idea that he's going to show up on your porch like an Amazon package or underneath wrapped on your tree is unreasonable. And I'll tell you why. Even when you get something from Amazon that shows up on your porch, it didn't show up on your porch. You decided that you needed that product. I need toilet tissue. You went on the app, you scroll through, you compared how many rolls, how many plies, how much this costs, when is it going to be delivered, when is it going to make it, is it going to be fast enough? Okay, that's not going to work for me. I need to get another one. Oh, I need more rolls. I want a scented roll. I have scented. You did some work. before you made your purchase. It didn't literally just show up unless you're on a subscription, but you get what I'm saying, right? So you still have to make effort to get the things that you want in life. Why would you believe that you have your degree, you have your career, you have your house, you have your 800 credit score, you did all the work, you've cleared your skin, you've worked with the therapist, you've done all the things you want to do in life to level up, and that's been a lot of effort, but then your man gonna just appear? I know why, because of Disney. Disney lied. It don't work like that. Love you. Okay. So, step five in the mental, right? So we said mental, online, offline is roster up. I need many of you, especially to my Caribbean girls, my African girls, my Southern charming girls. You have to unlearn the idea that you are supposed to date only one person at a time. If, and I can say this because I'm grown and y'all grown too, if you doing the thing, right? That should be with one person at a time. And we could talk about whether or not you want to wait for it. Commitment, engagement, marriage. But dating is data. You are going out with a man that you find attractive and you find interesting to collect information to assess whether or not he's a good fit for you. You're not supposed to be sleeping with all of them. So unlearn the idea that you I can only date one person, but you could probably should be only sleeping with one person, if that, but not dating. You have to roster up. If you were looking for a new job, would you go in Indeed, fill out an application for one job, update your cover letter, your resume for one job, submit for one job, and just wait and hope and pray that they call you for an interview? Absolutely not. You would not. You would apply for multiple jobs, edit your cover letter and your resume in multiple ways, upload all of those different versions of you, of your credentials to the app. You would be going on multiple interviews. They would be assessing whether or not you're a good fit for the job. You would be assessing whether or not you're a good fit for the company. They might send you an offer. You may counter the offer. You may reject the offer until you take the job that you want. Same idea here. Okay, please. Now, so we got the mental. Now we're getting into dating apps. Okay. Highly recommend this. And these are all of the different clients I've worked with who have gotten on dating apps, engaged, engaged, committed relationship. And I think I've had, because this is 2023, I think since then they've become engaged. I think since last Thanksgiving. This client is 40 plus, California, um, was a single mom. She's already married. They already bought a house. So this is old. All right. All from dating apps. So don't tell me dating apps don't work. So let's get into how to navigate dating apps successfully. I'm going fast because I want to make sure that I have enough time to take your questions. All right. And we could talk about next steps of what it would look like beyond this quick rundown because I'm doing my New York fast, right? Choosing the right dating app. So number one, I need you to choose the most popular in your region. I have a free dating app guide. It is linked in my bio on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on everywhere. So download it. All right. We don't have time to go through everyone's region. It's free. It's available. There's no reason. You choose the most popular ones because this is a numbers game. You need as many people on the app in your area as possible. So when we talk about quality apps, there's only a few I would absolutely say no to, which would be Plenty of Fish. And at least as of right now, Facebook dating is not doing what it needs to do in terms of the algorithm. Those are the only, and Be Okay. All right. Those are the only three. Other than that, it's a numbers game. Be on the most popular ones in your region. Okay. I am a big fan of Bumble though. Choose an app that has great usability, functionality. It makes sense. You can scroll, which is my problem against Be Okay. You can scroll. There's no bugs. It's not a down for a day. Like I need to be able to use it easily and it makes sense to me. And yes, you have to check every day. You check your Instagram as soon as you wake up in the morning. You check your TikTok as you scroll, doom scroll for an hour during lunch. You could check your app every day. You'll be all right. Optimize your dating profile. Why? Because I need you to filter out the trash. I use that word against my will only because that's what y'all use. I don't believe that any human being is trash. They're just an inappropriate match for me. They are great for somebody else. I would never date somebody who looked like Blueface, right? We're not having tattoos and money blocks, right? But I'm sure he's great for whoever he's seeing today, tomorrow, the next day, Hazel E or the other girl. A human being is not trash. They're just not good for me ever, 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 ever. Okay. So, what do we need on our profile to optimize it so it helps to filter out inappropriate matches? 6 clear photos of you and only you. You can have a dog in there one time, not your kids, not your best friend, no man ever. It should only be you, but Please never have a man. I don't care how potentially quote unquote feminine he looks. I don't care how old or young. Never have a male. The assumption is that's your man. Do not cut people out your photos. Take fresh ones. There are tree lightings happening across the country. Go get nice and a nice pea coat, your boots, a nice scarf, your hair is done, your makeup is done, and go take a picture in front of the light tree. Take some nice up-to-date photos, all right? Your bio should be short, easy to read. It should say, it should include who you are. Hi, my name is. Hi, my name is Nadia. One of my interests, and I'm super passionate about uh, horseback riding. I was an equestrian since the age of 6. Whatever, something you're interested in, something that you're passionate about, and what you're looking for. If you are a gentleman who is blah, 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 family oriented, and has a strong Christian faith, passionate about athletics, and blah, 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 give them 2 of your non negotiables. We got 6. Give them 2, not about money, not about their looks. Please swipe right or feel free to swipe right. Or I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to chat. Do not say what you don't want. If you're a F boy, don't message me. Please don't do that because what you're doing is you are calling them out, right? You're calling them out. That's like Candyman, the movie Candyman. We're all old enough to know that movie, right? How do you get Candyman to come out to get you? You look in the mirror and you say, Candyman, 3 times. I don't want to F boy. If you were wasting my time, then you're calling them out. They're going to come for you. So good. Don't do that, okay? Lastly, the prompt sandwich. The prompts are the drop downs on your dating app. You should choose 3 of them. They're the ones that are the fill in the blank. Your prompt sandwich should be a sandwich bread, meat, bread. So the bread is something that's soft, like bread. It's easy, it's lighthearted, it's not about romance. 2 truths and a lie. I'll introduce you to, oh no, sorry. 2 truths and a lie. A Sunday like looks like this for me. A weird skill I have is this. I'll argue with you about blank. Lighthearted, easy, gives me some insight around who you are, right? So now if I like you and I say, "Ooh, Donna's pretty. I like her. Let me read her stuff. Oh, she likes 90s R&B. Great. Let me connect. Oh, I love 90s. Let me Hey, Donna, you got to give them something to talk about. Give them something, right? And then now when I see Val and oh, Val is cute. I like her. Oh, now I'm going to take because she mentioned that she really loved um Cowboys and they're gonna have a show with the Bulls and right give them something to talk about. Okay, good. So that's our first prompt, bread, and our last, bread. The middle is the meat. The meat is what you are going to say to make it clear to them what you're looking for. Again, so you said in the bio what you wanted. You have the radio buttons, that's the black dots where you click what you want. This is the third time. Why? Because people don't read, not men, not women, people. Trust me, I've worked with probably 1,000 women by now. Y'all don't read because people don't read. All right. So you put it in multiple times. So they're doing a quick scan as we all do. One of those times they're going to hit it and be like, oh, okay. Gigi's looking for this. All right. I match that or I don't match that. So I'm going to move forward or I'm not. And that's cool too. Right. So your meat is what you're looking for. It's one of the drop downs that's like, I'll introduce you to my family if, I'll know you're the one if, the fastest way to my heart is, and the answer is the same. The answer is the fastest way to my heart is if you are a man who is the same thing in your bio that you wrote, or the same thing that you wrote in the bio. If you're a man who is of Christian faith and family oriented, the fastest way to my heart, I'll introduce you to my family if you are a man who is blah 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 and blah blah blah. You're reiterating the same things to make it super clear. All right. And like I said, the last piece of bread is about you. Light, easy, nothing crazy. Using social media apps as a dating app. You can do that too. So there are plenty of people who have met through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn, right? So that's okay too. You use it for the primary purpose, which is to connect with friends and family, but you're also thinking in the back of your mind, this is something that could potentially attract a gentleman who might send me a private message. So your account should be public unless you absolutely can't. Like you work for DOJ, you just cannot. Okay, fine. If you can, 99% of us can make your account public, all right? No sexual photos, nothing with lingerie, nothing with bathing suits, and please try to smile as much as you can. You want to be warm and welcoming. This is not grrr, come hither, right? This is not time. No, they already are over sexualized. I feel bad for guys a little bit. Society, they've grown up this way. They can't cry, they can't express themselves. They're over sexualized, right? So We're not going to feed into that. No sexy photos. That ain't it. That ain't it. Okay. No man hating content. Save that for your close friends. Send it in your private DMs, whatever, group chats. But this ain't the time for you to be reposting a whole bunch of negative stuff about men. Because guess what? You don't like me. I don't like you. Good. Now I'm not going to message you. All right. And show your interest, just like on the dating app. Let me know that you like blank, right? So you're showing me on the that you're on the golf course. You're showing me that you're traveling the world. You're showing me what you like because then I can see if we align, and then it gives me ideas of things to talk about and places to take you. They're not mind readers. We got to give them something. All right. So we said part one was mental, part two was dating apps, part three is going to be in person interactions. So leveling up and literally where to go. Okay. This is one of the slides I'm so excited about. So one of my clients met her guy going to an event that I recommended that she go to. They were shopping for rings in this picture. Oh, look at how happy they look. Shopping for rings because it works if you work it. Okay, now this is the slide I was so excited about. Y'all gonna get a recording of this, but if you want to take a screenshot, you can. Y'all ask me, where do you go to meet good men? I'm not gonna read all of this because there's so much more to get to. But when y'all say y'all don't know where to go, you are lying to yourself and you are lying to me, effective today, November 28th at 11:44 a.m. Eastern. Because I done gave you 40 different places. Now, what is the key as you guys read through this? The key is that there are tiers, tier three, tier two, tier one, right? And I tried to align it as best as I could. Of the types of events you should be attending. Tier three events like kickbacks, housewarmings, baby showers, retirement parties, engagement parties, game nights, friendsgiving, graduation parties, bridal showers. These are all bottom of the barrel. If you go to any of these, which you should be because you are a part of a community and you support your friends at their Super Bowl parties and their gender reveals and their retirement and their birthday. But that's all of these here and all of these here. Tier three, you don't get no credit in terms of putting yourself out there for these events. This is stuff that you should do because you are a functioning human being who is supportive and loving of your friends. We can't complain about not having the village if we're not showing up for the village. I don't like going outside either. Suck it up and go. Good? This is just you being a good friend, a good person. But you're not getting credit. Why? Because most of the people who are at these events are your blood relatives. They are women, or there are people that's been in your circle for 10, 20, 30 years. If you were going to be with them, you would have been with them already. All right. But still go because you are showing up as a good human being in your circle. Tier three, no credit. Tier two, tier one is where the credit is. Tier two, the category, I like to define it as male dominated. So there are more men than women in the space. So that's to your benefit. You get to do the picking, you get to stand out. You're one of the few attractive people in the space to the men that are there because they're attracted to you as a woman by default. Well, male dominated and is entertainment based, meaning we're going there to have fun. So it's lighthearted, it's easy, it tends to be more affordable than tier one. So tier two is where I want you to live and breathe. You should be going to these events now that it's winter every other month. Sorry, I messed that up. Every other week, twice a month. Now that it's getting cold, and if you're in the South, you lucky, you're extended. You should be going to one of these events, concerts that are feature male dominated genres. I had a client tell me, "Oh, Alice, you're gonna be so happy for me. Me and my mother went to the Gladys Knight concert." No, I'm not, because you ain't listen. That's tier three. That's what you should be doing because you love your mama. That's not tier two. What straight available men are at the Beyonce concert and Gladys Knight? And she was going with her mom. It was her mom's generation. She was like 40. No, concerts with male genres. One of my clients met her guy at a Locks concert. That's what I mean by male genre. Okay, hip hop, R&B, within reason of R&B, Afro beats, right? It needs to make sense. Music festivals, car shows, sporting events, tailgates, sports bars during major games. I want you to go where it's maxed out, right? During major games, the playoffs, the Super Bowl, comedy shows, auto racing, Formula One, NASCAR that just passed last week, right? Gaming tournaments, esports, whiskey, rum, craft beer festivals. Now, why did I give you 40 different things? Because some of this y'all would never go to. I don't drink. I'm not going to a whiskey event, right? Um, I do like sneakers. I might go to SneakerCon. I'm a big Marvel fan. I might go to Comic Con. I don't really like sports, or I only like basketball. I'm only gonna go to the basketball one, right? It needs to be reasonable. It needs to make sense. Okay? That's why I have 40 different things here because you'll choose five. You choose seven. You choose 10. You choose the ones that make the most sense for you. Tier two. Tier one, those are male dominated, but serious in nature. Because it's serious in nature, it might cost you a penny. So remember, we said tier three, you should be doing all the time, every weekend, just because someone invited you. If they invited you, go. You get no credit for this. For my program, you get no credit for tier three. You live and function in the world, go. Right? Tier two, you get credit. Now that it's cold, every other week, so twice a month. When it warms up, if that's where you still are. If you work with me, you're gonna have your man in 6 months. But if you don't, and you're still out here in these streets every week, once a week, you don't have childcare, you get with a friend who also has a child, and y'all gonna split off. Fridays, she has both babies, all the babies. Saturdays, you have all the babies. That way, the both of y'all have freedom and support if you don't have it in your village already, and you don't gotta pay. Okay. Tier two, we talked about male dominated, but it's entertainment. It tends to be cheap or affordable or very affordable. Tier one, gonna cost you. All right. Fundraising galas, political events, town hall meetings. That's gonna cost you time. Chamber of Commerce. If you're a business owner, you should be a part of your local Chamber of Commerce anyway. Urban League, Habitat for Humanity, blood drives, civic organizations, alumni organizations, nonprofit board, men's empowerment conferences that are open for the public, industry conferences in male dominated industries, real estate, leadership. This is 40. Choose seven and rotate it, please. Don't ask me now one more again. Where do you find a good man? And I want to tell you this, tier one is what I would emphasize good, because this is all where you could find a man. Tier one is going to be closer to the good men. Why? Because they are willing and able to invest in themselves, to grow, to support their community with fundraising and political events and town hall meetings. They understand the value of partnership, these people. They understand they don't have all the answers, so they're going to conferences to learn and grow and to be a better person. They understand the value of hustling for their last name and not their first name. It's not about me, it's about the kids, it's about the next generation. So, emphasis on good man is going to be in that tier one, which will cost you in time and money. Ideally, I'd like this once a month. Okay, so it could be you do one tier two event, one tier one event, or two tier twos and a tier one, right? But you got to be going outside. Where do you find these events? Tier three is in your inner circle. They text you, hey girl, come out, right? So that's easy. Tier two, you're going to use Eventbrite. You can use Facebook groups to find events that are happening in your city, and you can also use Instagram to find events that are happening in your city. Tier one is going to be Google events, conferences in my city, sporting events in my city, and you can also use Eventbrite as well. Okay, so that's how you find the events to attend. Now, how do you present at these events? Bottom, bottom. I say this lovingly, y'all. Bottom is that you should be looking your best. That is something you should be doing for you every time you step outside, right? I just said we could do a quick run. We're not going to Target anymore, right? A quick run to the supermarket, but we don't have to wear the shirt with the holes in it. Come on. It's Black Friday today. If you're watching this today, it's Black Friday through Cyber Monday. You're going to go to Fashion Nova where they have 50% off and get you some athleisure, some matching sets with some nice clean sneakers. You're going to take the bonnet off. Yeah, take it off. If you're in the airport, take it off. Yeah, that's bottom of the barrel of given, right? Hair, decent clothing, the makeup could be depending on if it makes sense, right? You're going to put on makeup for the supermarket. I get that. Okay. That's bottom of the barrel. That's our tier three for how you present. That's a given how you should be looking every single day. I put on makeup to come talk to y'all. My kids on the other side of this door being watched by their aunt. And I put on makeup for y'all. If I could put on makeup for y'all and I ain't trying to bag y'all, y'all could put on makeup for them. Okay? Body language that gives approach me. So right now, I'm not giving y'all body language that gives approach me. I'm giving y'all body language that's I'm comfortable because y'all my homegirls. That's how I feel, right? However, if I wanted to change the way that I came across to you all, then I would be more mindful of how I spoke. I would be clearer. I would slow down. My shoulders would be rolled back. I'd be silent. But I'm just talking to y'all because I'm going to teach y'all. So I'm trying to get through what I'm trying to get through. Right? These are not your homeboys. Right? I know y'all. I see y'all names in my comments and my DMs all the time. So I could be like this. I could be hunched over. That's not the presentation that we're talking about. All right. So body language, that's tier two. That's stepping it up a notch. And then finally, that feminine mystique, that softness that we have to practice. And it's okay. I told y'all I'm from Brooklyn, Caribbean background. Feminine mystique, what is that? It's change your clothes, have a snack, do your homework from childhood. It's why isn't this house clean? It's licks if you misbehave and carrying on and you're not focused on your books and you focus on boys. There was no softness as a young girl. It was get it done, right? And then once I carry that through to college, same thing. And so learning how to soften your tone of voice is going to make a difference in how you are perceived. And then let them get the authentic you later. Okay? Okay, good. So now we have some choices. I've taught you in 50 minutes what I teach my clients in 6 months. And so you have some choices, right?
Hi, my name is Carissa. I decided to work with Allison.
I'm going to stop here. So these are two of my clients that I worked with, right? And I'm going to give them 30 seconds to tell you their story so that you guys can get some insight as to what I think would be your best next step.
I am giving this testimony to the wonderful Allison. I completed her relationship coaching course back in July. And I just wanted to let anyone know who is on the fence of joining. If you are ready to really do the work, not only within yourself, but to do the work and getting clear on what it is you want for yourself, what it is you desire, sign up for the course. It is an investment, but it is money well spent. A month after I completed her course, I did meet someone that I am currently dating. And even the tools that I've learned throughout the course are the tools that I will continue to use and I am continuing to use throughout this relationship to make it a success. If you are ready to invest in your future and find your partner, she will definitely get you there. So go for it. Thank you so much, Alice.
Okay, and one more.
Because I was tired of doing the same thing over and over again and not being happy with the results. I had tried dating on and off of apps for several years, sometimes with success, but not ultimately leading to my desired outcome of a committed long-term relationship. And I decided that this was worth the investment and I wanted to work with a professional who could guide me the same way that I might work with a trainer or an interior designer or someone to help with other aspects of my life that are important. I really wanted to work with someone that was knowledgeable, that could guide me, that could provide hands-on support. And Allison has been all of that and more. She's super professional, knowledgeable, thorough, reliable, and also just really down to earth and really fun. She makes it very practical. She takes the things about dating that make you uncomfortable or intimidate you and makes it really plain, gives you really clear and concrete action steps that help you feel empowered that you have a plan. One of the biggest things I've gained from working with Allison so far is just confidence that I have an actual strategy to approach dating instead of just being out here random and hoping for the best. I would encourage anyone that is considering dating or trying to date differently to work with Allison. I can't say enough good things about her. It's been a tremendous experience. I'm so grateful that I made the decision to work with her, and I know that you will be also.
Okay, guys. So these are again just some pictures. Divorced, daughter who is now going to college. She's married. I went to her wedding in DC. Engaged. They got engaged in Florida. This one with the orange nails. They're getting married in Atlanta next year. They're engaged. They had their baby. They had their matching pajamas and their first Christmas together. The work is worth it if you are willing to show up for yourself. Engaged, married, engaged. This is the work that I do every single day. And remember I mentioned that client earlier on who the screenshot I showed you, she was engaged. They got married. They bought a house together in California, y'all. And her son now has a live-in male role model. And this is them walking into the house for the first time.
The other way.
No, the other way, Kai. Yes. Ooh. Yes, one more. Good
job.
Go, press. Go. That's it.
And now
Now
push the thing.
Good.
Oh. Say, welcome to my new house.
Okay. Lovely, right? So, my 6 month coaching program is called The Partner You Deserve. And I've helped hundreds of women get into the best relationship of their lives in 6 months or less. I teach them to finally stop attracting men who are wasting their time, to stop repeating the same patterns that has gotten them nowhere, like I did for 4 years, right? How to turn their dating profiles into a filter and not a magnet for just attention, but the right attention. How to build confidence to refuse wasting their time. My program teaches clients how to learn how to keep healthy, committed relationships and how to stop self sabotaging and step into their future wife energy. Who is this not for? If you are a person who doesn't want to be in a healthy, committed relationship with one person, then my coaching program is not for you. Folks who are not ready to face their fears, folks who are not ready to take action. Remember, I told y'all I'm an action oriented person, right? And someone who doesn't believe that they have control over their life, or if you think that all men ain't ish, then it won't work, right? And so I do want to take a moment to ask y'all, how much do you think that a program like this should be worth? So for the next 24 hours, my coaching program is normally 5,500. However, I take $2,000 off for those who register in the next 24 hours. So instead of it being 55, it is 3,500. For those who need an installment plan, Klarna, Afterpay, maybe to apply for financing, I have all of those options as well. But you do have to do something different to get a different result. Now, if you're not in a position to invest in coaching right now, I still want you to move forward. I don't want you to leave here um, as if like motivated and then you're going to fall back into your same habits, to be honest. So there is an alternative, okay? Um, if live coaching is not the right fit for you, then I do have a self-paced course, which is called Snatch a Spouse. For Black Friday, between today and Cyber Monday, it's $250 off. So the Snatch a Spouse self-paced course teaches all of the strategies over 8 weeks that I just taught just now, right? So it's the same information as live coaching. The difference is it's a self paced course, which means that we're not interacting live. So it's the same information, the same workbook, the same tasks. But of course, the difference is you have live coaching in person, well, in person, via Zoom, face to face, where we can talk about the specifics around your needs. If you're not in a position to get into it, I understand with the economy, but we have to start somewhere. And I don't want you to say, oh, I got all this great information, but I don't know what the next step is. This is an obvious next step if live coaching is not an option. So we do have the Snatch a Spouse self-paced course that is $250 off. Okay. So it's only $247 and you use code LOVE250 for the discount. I'm going to put all the links in the chat, but I want you to think you got two choices, right? You could do nothing, not take a leap of faith, or you can do something if it's the course or if it's live coaching so that you can transform your love life. And if you're not signing up immediately, I want you to ask yourself why. Is it because of time? Because you can start the program whenever you're ready. I have people who literally started a year later. They were moving, they had a parent who was ill. If it's the money, I also want you to be honest to yourself. It's going to cost you more to build the life that you desire alone versus doing it with your husband that you deserve. And if you're skeptical, I've helped women from ages 26 to 74, moms, non moms, tall, short, light, dark, black, white, divorcees, never been married. I've helped them and I can help you too. Okay. And so the real question is, what is it going to cost you to not invest? Continuing to feel lonely or have an emotional burnout, wasting more time like I did, wasting money. If you want children, fertility challenges, we have to do something different to get a different result. So again, for the next 24 hours, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now and I'm going to email it to you and I'm going to text it to you if you gave me your number and you're in the US. It's $2,000 off of live coaching, 250 off of the course. Okay. So I am going to now stop sharing my screen. I'm going to thank you guys for your time. I'm going to put the links in the chat and I'm going to take whatever questions you have around dating, around relationships, and around coaching, around the course, anything that I can do to guide and support you. So if you can raise your hand and I can take your questions now until y'all are ready to get off this thing. I got some time. I got free childcare, so I got a little time for y'all. Please let me know what questions you have around dating, around relationships, so that I can help. Is it Nakia?
Wait, can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Hi, it's Nika, and I'm actually a fellow New Yorker, but I live in Houston now.
Mhm.
And my question is, I go out with my brother a lot. Well, my god brother, but he's married, and
Nope.
she
But go ahead.
yeah,
Hmm.
okay, correct. You probably know where I'm going. Is
Hmm.
she does her his wife doesn't like to go to a lot of these things. So I went to F1 watch parties with him. We go to the sports stuff together, comedy, all of the above. But my question is, how do I show people that I'm single if I'm with him? And it's so annoying because it's like he's like, oh, but she doesn't like to do stuff. I'm like, right, but people are gonna think that I'm with you.
They
So
are. So he ain't it. No man is ever it. I don't care, and obviously he's straight, but I don't care what the circumstance is. No man ever, older, younger, never. So you have two options of how you're gonna play this. Number one, choose events where you will feel safe to go by yourself and go by yourself. Or we need a girlfriend. We need a friend that we are going to roll with. You said you're new to the city, so you don't have any female friends.
Well, no, I do have a good couple of girlfriends.
Mhm.
However, the only thing with them is, and I've met some really nice girlfriends, and we do like to do stuff together, and they are single, is I'm not out of their age range, but a lot of them are in their 30s, so a lot of them are in their 40s, and I just turned 50.
Hmm.
So sometimes I might want to do things like one of them did go to the Raphael Sadiq concert with me.
Hmm.
But and she's 40, but a lot of times we don't have the same interests.
Okay. So we need a new girlfriend has similar interests.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Hmm.
So there are a couple of ways that you can also do that, all right? Like finding friends. So we're going to use Facebook groups with a similar interest, right? So joining I'm just going to yeah, soul R&B soul group in you said Dallas, Houston, where you at?
Houston.
In Houston, right? Start perusing, see who you're going to meet. If you were in a sorority, join the graduate chapter in your city.
I've
If
been visiting. Okay.
Okay, right? So you're gonna volunteer with an interest that you like where there are women. Only for this case, because they're gonna say, Allison, you say only for this case, because what you're looking for is a roll dog. You're looking
Hmm.
to expand your female circle of friends so you can have someone to bring along with you. So lean into that. You're going to, for you, you're going to attend activities and events where there are women, and you are going to make a new friend.
Hmm.
You're gonna make a new friend. And then now it's gonna be, hey girl, and she don't have to be single, by the way. Hey girl, we get along
Hmm.
so well. So let me tell you what's going on with me. So I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic as to where I'm going, blah, blah, blah. Would you mind being my road dog with me while we do such and such? Yeah, girl, I got you. Now, there are some criteria, and this is what I go through. This is why I said you can't replace coaching or a course, because I go into this about how to choose the right roll dog, because you can also choose the wrong one. Someone who's obnoxious, problematic, like she's cool, but when y'all go out, she might drink too much. Those people are no-goes because birds of a feather flock together. And now you're worrying about keeping her out of the bathroom throwing up or keeping her out of jail than you are meeting guys, right? Also, and this is terrible to say out loud, but it's true. We cannot have the next Beyonce. Like, when you watch the Disney Channel, or if you've seen any kind of like Disney type films, when a beautiful woman comes in, the fans turn on, everything slows down in slow motion. Like, if she's a beauty queen, we're not bringing sand to the beach, right? But nonetheless, I would lean into attending events where there are more women for your particular case so that you can find your new friend and let that person be your road dog, and or go out by yourself if you feel safe. If you feel safe, ideally by yourself is best.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. But they absolutely think that that's your man and it's not going to work.
Okay.
Okay. All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Of course, anytime.
Okay.
So, guys, I went ahead and put the link in the chat. It's for both my live coaching program with the 2000 off, as well as the Snatch Your Spouse that's 250 off. The code is love250 for the course. So again, if you can't get into live coaching, then there's no reason why you should not be getting into this course to get you started. Okay. Sam?
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Sam. How
Um,
can we help? You snuck in, Sam. You know you put your name Sam like that for a reason.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What's up?
Okay. Earlier you talked about finding a partner and trying to. I think you phrased it in a very like great way. I think you talked about essentially you want to find a partner who can help build a generational wealth type of system, and is also just kind of conscious in terms of making sure that they're going to live um, successfully as they grow older, right? Instead
Hmm.
of trying to um, maybe they just don't have that quality now, right? How do you kind of vet somebody in that type of question or just phrasing, right?
Hmm.
I think when it comes to dating, um, I don't understand or I don't know the approach to kind of see, oh, if this person is willing to go through, hey, let's build our portfolio, or if this person is willing to, um, take on just the approach of looking at their finances at a positive rate. Because I also grew up kind of, all right, we grew up in a struggle. I want to grow up and when I do have kids in the future, I don't want them to have the same issues that I had growing up
Hmm.
with my
Hmm.
family. So, and sometimes dating women, they don't really, they kind of leave it up to the man to figure out, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, and it's kind of tough to kind of, I don't want to change them, but I don't want to continue or see a strong future in that case.
Yeah. Yes, Sam. So I'm gonna take a moment to just push back a little bit, only because I have to, because I'm obviously biased, biologically biased. And I'll say that the rhetoric that women have been taught is that we're supposed to let go and let y'all take the lead. We're
Yeah,
told that something is wrong with us and we're hyper independent. And why are we always trying to take control? Let men, let them, let them, let them, let them, right? And then so now it's, well, why are you leaving me to do? So, and I will say, in all fairness to us, that's what we are being fed online. So we're supposed to be letting go and letting God and letting y'all take the lead. So that's probably
makes
why you're
sense.
seeing that a lot. Okay. But to answer your question, what kind of question should I be asking someone I'm interested in to see whether or not they desire building generational wealth? They want to be sound financially, which may mean some sacrifice now. Is that pretty much what you're asking me, Sam?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay, good. So, first of all, it's going to be the current fruit. What does it look like now? What and this is for the lady, this is for everybody, right? I'm so glad that you asked that, but this is for everyone. What does it look like now? If you're dating someone who spends willy-nilly, who you know what they do for a living, you have a general idea because you can Google it, how much
Hmm.
a classroom teacher in New York City makes that has 5 years experience. Like you know relatively what they make and their lifestyle doesn't seem like it's in alignment with that now, then the likelihood of it being in alignment with you later without lots of fighting, which you don't want, is going to be slim to none. What we have to be mindful of is that we're not looking for someone to change for us, right? We're looking for someone who already has this current desire. And so if they
Right.
already have a current desire of becoming a homeowner, they already have a current desire of expanding on a portfolio, then they should be actively doing things that looks like they're building towards that. So if you see that, you know that again, classroom teacher, New York City, they make $80,000 and they going on vacation every other month, then the likelihood of them being willing to sacrifice now for the greater good is going to be slim. And that's someone I probably would not pursue. The problem is that many of us are dating people and we want to change them. Like, no, that's the life that they're already leading. That's probably what they will continue to lead. And I'm not here to make anybody do anything different. So you look at the fruit. How are they living currently? If you know that it seems like they're living beyond their means, then the likelihood of them wanting to partner with you for anything else thereafter is probably going to be slim. So I would not move forward with them. So this is probably more of an observation thing, Sam, than it would be blatant questions. But to answer your question, so I could give you something a little bit more concrete, I would ask them about their goals. Like, what are you looking forward to in the future? Where do you see yourself professionally? Are you fulfilled in your work? Right? So are you fulfilled as a classroom teacher? Oh no, I want to be a principal and it requires this extra certification. I'm going to do this and I'm going to go back to school starting this, right? Like ask them what's their vision for their future. And I
Makes
think that
sense.
would give you some insight as to where they're going and then pay attention to the behavior to see if that's in alignment,
Right.
right? So I'll give you a quick story. I was dating a gentleman and this is years ago and he mentioned to me that he wanted to be a paramedic. So I said, okay, so what's the requirements? He doesn't know. Like, a certification? Is there a class? Is there a program? Or is there a school that hosts it? He can't. So how you want to be a paramedic and you don't know what it takes to be a paramedic? You don't want to be a paramedic. You're full of it. I later found out that he was super full of it, and I'm gonna leave you guys to conclude where he was getting his money from. Blink, blink, blink in New York City. Okay. And when I found that out, I exited stage left because I don't want to be around those kind of people, right? Sorry, it's not, I don't. So again, pay attention to the fruit and then ask them, like, what are you looking for in the future? Like, what's your vision for your life? What's your vision for
Mm-hmm.
yourself? Where would you like to live? Are you fulfilled with your work? Do you see yourself doing something else? If it was something else, what would that be? Well, what would it take
Yeah.
for you to get there? And if they don't have I want to be this and this is what it takes, that means that they don't really want that. They never did the research. They have no idea.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Can I ask a follow up?
Let me see if there's anyone else. No one else raised their hand. And if there isn't, then I'll close out with you. Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Jam?
You can finish with him. I just lost my question. Oh, no, I remember now. For the 250, because I can afford the course, the Align With You course or whatever it's called. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But just being transparent, don't come for me, y'all. Is that I want to close out my credit card statement for this month. Can I do it on December 1st so I could just start a new credit card statement?
Yeah. What date is December 1st? It's gonna expire at 11:59 on Monday night. So whatever
Okay,
date
Monday, I think is December 1st, I think.
I'm pulling up my calendar. Yes, So you're good through 11:59 Eastern on December the 1st, Monday.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Of course. Ain't no judgment. You're doing smart. See that, Sam? We talked about behaviors, right? So it's like, oh, I want to close this out. I want to
Yeah.
make sure that this is safe, right? Stuff like that.
That's very important to know.
Okay, go ahead, Sam.
This may be a immature